Ho, ho, ho. Hi, Santa. You know what I want for Christmas? What would you like, little, big boy? I want it to be Halloween. You want it to be Halloween for Christmas? Yeah, yeah. For Christmas, I want you to make it Halloween. But if I do that, I can never make it Halloween because Christmas will never come. How about this? We get 1 second of Christmas where my Christmas gift comes true and then it becomes Halloween. What if the other kids don't get to open their gifts in that 1 second it's Christmas? Aren't they going to be sad? The kids love Halloween. Besides Santa, then Christmas is only a couple months away, right? You have a point. Ha ha! Halloween for Christmas! Let's do it! Hi everybody, welcome to the show. Today on Scared Ed, we're going to talk about some gift ideas that you can get for your home haunter friends for Christmas. Friends like me. So first we're going to start with the Webcaster gun. And this thing is basically like a hot glue gun that's hooked up to an air compressor. And it will shoot out the hot glue to kind of create cobwebs. I don't have this, so I've never actually used it. And of course, you only want to get it if you know that they have an air compressor, because that's going to cost them an extra $150, $200. But if you know they have it, it's a pretty cool idea. Overall, it's got pretty good reviews. They say it's a little sensitive with the trigger, so you have to kind of get used to how to use it. But it's a cool idea. We all need cobwebs for Halloween, and I think it's a great tool for any home haunter to have in their collection. On Amazon, you can get it for $49.99. If you're a Prime member, you can get free shipping. So that's not too bad. Again, make sure they have an air compressor, because otherwise this gift is going to cost them a lot more money to use. Otherwise, though, it's a great gift idea. Now next we're going to talk about something that I've used, and this is the Adacor Receiver Recorder Board 2. This is for your friends that want to start playing with animatronics and servos. The great thing about this board is that you can actually record your routine, right? So you can record your dialogue, make the animatronic speak and move to that recording, hook up a sensor, like a PIR sensor, and power it up. Somebody walks by, sends off the sensor, the animatronic does its routine.
I took a little bit of the treasure for myself. Why should the captain have all the fun anyway? Hey, Bird, make sure you don't tell the captain, okay?
Tell the captain. Tell the captain.
Bird Brain, you're gonna get me killed.
You're already dead, dummy.
Huh. I am already dead, aren't I?
Again, this was for the enthusiast that wants to start making their own animatronics. So it's not going to be for everybody, but it's a great tool. Now, if you get this, you got to combo it with the RC controller, the Steve Koci RC controller. So it's not going to be the cheapest gift. The Receiver Recorder Board 2 is about $70, and the controller itself is $70. So you're looking at about $140 just to get them this. Then they'll have to get their wires and servos. So that's something you could probably let them get. But it's a great tool for home haunters that want to really dabble with animatronics. I have the link down below. I'm going to try to link everything down below so you can find it. And yeah, it's a great tool, a great company. And if you know who Steve Koci is, he was a home haunter that unfortunately passed away a couple years ago. And he seemed like a really cool guy. I never got to meet him, but he developed that board and the controller with Adacor. He has a book that he put out a few years back. It's the ultimate guide to do-it-yourself animatronics. And while a few of the things are a little dated, most of the information is still amazing and super helpful. And I got it and I read it cover to cover, and I think it's great. So you can actually get that through Adacor's website as well. They used to have it on Amazon, but when I looked it up again, I can only find a copy for like $5,000 or something crazy. So yeah, get it through Adacor. Don't spend $5,000. The other great thing is Steve's videos are still on YouTube. So when he actually learned how to use the receiver recorder board, you can actually watch those videos and he walks you right through it, which is super awesome too. So Steve, thank you. We love you, man. Another great gift is the Perfect Storm 2. Super cool. So for any haunted house that you want lightning timed up with the sound, it's super simple. Run the sound in, makes the lights flash to the sound. Awesome. I have one and I love using it, so great tool. Again, it's about $50 on Amazon. Not bad at all. So for any home haunt, lighting's important. And this next one I had learned from Isaac Alexander. He has a do-it-yourself site, and he uses these same lights. They're the SunV low voltage landscape lights. With these lights, what's cool is you put the light in the ground where you want it. Then you run one thing of landscape wire, which is also going to be part of the gift. So this is an expensive gift. It's not cheap, but it's super awesome for home haunters. You run the wire through, and then there's something that connects to the light's wire and basically punctures the landscape wire. So you plug it in on one cord, you can get 10, 12, even more lights hooked up to just one plug. Super awesome if you want to light a graveyard or light up your props. They're great. You can control the color and adjust that. So super cool. I use these for my graveyard this year. I love this. I'm going to keep using these. I got a few packages of these. There's different configurations you can get. What I'm showing you here has the transformer. It has the clips that go into the wire and the lights. So you just need this and the landscape wire, which I'm going to show you right here. Now, if you don't want to go with the landscape lights, you can also always just get some LED floodlights. And I've gotten a few different brands. The ones I'm going to show you here, I thought had the best color of the ones I bought. They're not super expensive ones, and there's a bunch you can play with. So don't just get these because I said so, but 4 of them for $70. Come with a remote. You can change the colors. It's actually what I'm using in my background here. Again, I think the colors you can get are better than some of the other ones I've gotten. So check them out. $70 for 4 of them. Can't go wrong. So another tool I've used, and I've used it in 1 or 2 videos, is the Sprite media player. Now there are other media players out there, and I've picked up a couple and I haven't had a chance to experiment with them yet. So they are cheaper versions, but I've seen some reviews where some work well, but not as well as others. A Sprite I've never had a problem with. The Sprite works out of the box. Super simple. You can get it on Amazon. It's $135. So it's not cheap, and it's actually gone up in price quite a bit this past year. But this is great. I use this for my haunted mirror. I use this for playing my projections, like this guy in my haunt this year. You can use this for the haunted pictures. This thing's awesome. I think every home haunter should at least have one of these, right? You can use it so many different ways. Super awesome. Again, you can play with other ones that are cheaper, but if you want one that just works, the Sprite media player is great. I have a couple of them, and that's my go-to. Now, the other option is, if you don't want to get it through Amazon, you can get it through Atmos Effects, because again, with Atmos Effects, you can use their videos right with this, and it's something they recommend. If you get it through them, it comes with a motion sensor with a 15-foot cord, which is great. The price is $139, but then you have to add in shipping with them. So you're going to be paying about $15 extra, right, than you would on the Amazon. So that's your call. If you think it's worth $15 for the motion sensor with the 15-foot cord to come with it, get everything in one box, get it through Atmos Effects. If you have your own PIR sensors or different sensors you want to use, just get it through Amazon, save yourself a few dollars. But either way, it's an awesome tool to have. And I mentioned Atmos Effects because they have basically some of the best videos you can get for Halloween. Different ghosts popping up. They've got scares. They've got longer scenes. They've got, ghosts, witches, anything you can think of. Not just Halloween. They have Christmas stuff too because it is a Christmas season, but we're really talking about Halloween here. So with Atmos, you don't really know what people want for the haunt, but you can get a gift card, and that's awesome because anyone's going to use this gift card, I think. There's so many cool things they have. Love their stuff. Gift card, you can't go wrong. And the good thing with some of the gift cards I'll throw in here is that you don't have to spend $50 to $100. If it's someone you just kind of like a little bit, but not too much, get them a cheap gift card. Perfect. With any Atmos Effects stuff, you can use a TV or laptop, but really King is using a projector. And there are a ton of projectors out there you can get from really cheap to really expensive. Most of the ones I've used actually aren't for sale anymore, but there is one that is. It's a slightly newer version. I think I got mine a couple years ago. This says it's a 2023 upgraded. So hopefully it's just as good. The All King projector, it's a 1080p projector, and I've had no issues with this at all. It's worked really well for me. The only thing I don't like is that it doesn't come with a protector for the lens. So you need to cover it, when you're not using it, cover it or put it back in the box because you don't want the lens to get scratched up. So that's a little disappointing. But other than that, this thing's worked great for me, and it's cheap now. It's like $70. I think I paid over $100 when I got mine. So any projector works. You don't have to get this one, but I've had pretty good luck with it. So All King 1080p projector, I don't think you can go wrong. And one more thing, if you're getting a projector or you need something to project on, you can use any sheet, project on it. There's all different materials you can use. I do really like the Atmos Effect Illusion material. It's like a gray, pretty see-through when there's lights behind it. And it's really great if you want to project a ghost and still be able to see the background behind it. So I've used this a few times and I really like it. It's not the cheapest, it's about $50, but it's got nice grommets in it so it won't tear. Mine's held up really well and top of the line for projection material. So I figured I'd include it. You don't have to use this. You can use anything. You experiment with different materials. If you want something you know works, Illusion material from Atmos Effects is great. And what's Halloween without a little bit of fog? And I think there's no better company than Froggy's Fog. Now, I have some of their stuff and I've used other companies too. And I'll show you another fog machine that I've used that I had pretty good results with this year. But gift cards to Froggy's is great because they can get something expensive if they want, put it towards it. They can get something cheaper. Froggy's has all sorts of different stuff. You can get just fog, you can get bubble machines, you can get the Fobbles machine, which is the bubbles with the fog in it. Super cool. I got one of their snow machines and I use it for our Scout Christmas party every year. I use it for one of my Halloween haunts too, and the kids loved it because it was October and all of a sudden it's snowing in the haunt and they thought it was great. So gift cards to Froggy's, you can't go wrong. Froggy's Fog, awesome company. So this year I wanted to get a slightly more powerful fog machine than I had. I had some 1,000 watt. I wanted to get a 1,500 watt. And so I kind of took a gamble on Amazon and just picked one out based on reviews. And I actually had pretty good results with it. The fog this thing created was awesome. We used it for our dance area. So, Halloween music playing for the kids to dance to. And we had the lasers projecting down into it. So when this fog shot through the lasers, it looked amazing. And the kids loved it. And this thing created so much fog. And again, I had no issues with it at all. This is the TC Fundy 1500 fog machine. It also has lights. We had the lights on because it was the dance area. I don't know if I would use the lights for the haunt. It depends on what you're doing with it, obviously. But the fog itself was awesome. It was quick. There was a ton of fog. Not a long reheating period in between. And this thing was under $100. So again, I still think Froggy's is the best. But if you want a cheaper fog machine that worked really well for me, give it a try. I wasn't disappointed. Hopefully you'll like it too. And if you're going to play with fog, why not get the swamp lasers? It's just a laser line. So you can actually get it from Amazon. I've gotten some from Amazon. I got some from a guy who got it from Spirit Halloween. He was selling his. That's what I used this year. And I've gotten some green ones from Froggy's. They're awesome. But the Froggy's ones are a little more expensive. They're $65 a piece. And I had pretty good luck with these from Amazon. So you can get the red, the green, the blue. They even have a purple one. I picked up the purple violet laser. Haven't even tested it yet. So maybe that's something we'll do one of these days. These lasers are awesome. You can do great things. I shot one vertically in a passageway and had the fog machine going. It looks like this cool portal to another world. Or just, like I had this year with the water effect in the haunt. And it looks cool. It's a great effect. Everyone loves it. Depending on the color you get, they're like $35 to $50. The red were, I think, the cheapest at $35. The green was $50. Blue and violet were in between. It's a great effect. It looks super cool. People always love it when they see it. It's one of those effects where it's like, yeah, I've seen it before, but you can't help but look at it and still be kind of amazed by it because it just looks so cool. Pick up some lasers to go with your fog machine and you will not be disappointed. Another thing that's fun to play with for home haunters is a 3D hologram fan. Now, I've gotten one of these and I played with it in my house. I haven't actually used it for my haunt yet, but it's pretty cool. I can show you a video here using, again, one of the Atmos Effects videos of a skull popping up. And it looks cool. If you set it up right, people won't even really notice it, right? It'll be spinning, but you won't see it. So it'll just look like it just kind of appears out of nowhere in front of you. Cool effect. It looks great. On camera, once in a while, you see the fan spinning. You don't see that in person, right? It's pretty much disappears, other than the base, whatever you're using to hold it. But other than that, the fan you don't really see in person. So it doesn't look as good on video, but it's a really cool effect and they're fun to play with. Now, if you're going to put these in your haunt, you want to make sure it's a place where people can't touch it because they spin pretty fast. And either someone's going to touch it and either break their fan or get hurt. So they do sell some with covers. I don't know how that affects the lighting, if you can really see it and if that kind of ruins the effect. You'd have to play with that. But you definitely want to make sure this is in a protected, safe area so that no one gets hurt, nothing gets into it, pets can't get into it, people can't touch it. Other than that, though, it's a great effect, and it's a really cool toy for home watchers to play with. So the one I'm showing here is pretty close to the one I got. The one I actually bought isn't for sale anymore. This looks basically like the same thing. And any of them, they all kind of do the same thing. Read the reviews, make a choice for yourself based on the size you want and the cost and everything. But it's a cool toy to play with. I love mine. And to go with the idea of the fog, we also need mist. What's better than taking a mist maker and throwing in a witch's cauldron? You just throw some water in, put these in. They've got the lights and the mist comes out and they look amazing. They're super cheap, and even if they have one or two, like, you can always use these. So you can get the single ones for anywhere from $10 to $15. If you don't want to go single though, you can step it up and get like an ultrasonic 12 head mist maker, and these things make a ton of mist. They're super cool. I picked one up this year. I was going to make a low-lying fog machine with it, and then I just didn't get around to it. But these things are awesome. If you run the fog through, so it picks up the mist, the mist condenses the fog and makes it heavier, so you get a nice low-lying fog effect without having to use ice. There's a lot of different tutorials online about this that you can find. These things are awesome. You can use them just for the mist. You can mix them with the fog and make a nice low-lying fog. Awesome. And these are more expensive. They cost you about $100, but they've got the floats on it. You set it in the water and it just stays at the right level as the water goes down. Mist goes great in any home haunt. So these are awesome. And one of the last things that people need for home haunts is they got to carve their foam. Foam is one of the most important things you can use in a home haunt, because you can make gravestones with it. You can make set pieces with it. Super cool. You can make awesome stuff. And if you want to make really great foam props, you got to get some foam tools. So here I'm showing a 4-in-1 foam cutter set, and it's got the hot wire that you can just slide through, to carve the foam. It's got smaller tools to get details. I don't have this set, but it's got really good reviews. It's $27, so I think this is a pretty good option. And then on top of that, some people like to use a foam cutter electric knife. These are a little bit more expensive, but they're good for cutting deeper chunks off. So you can go with the other set. You can probably do pretty much what you want for the most part, but this might make your life easier down the road depending on what project you're doing. So if you're new to foam, start with the cheaper set. And if you decide you need to upgrade and get an electric knife as well, they're definitely super useful. Foam is like the haunter's tool, props, gravestones, anything you can think of. You can use it in making animatronic figures to make a nice base for the head or body that's super lightweight. Can't go wrong with foam. So get the right tools, make your life a lot easier. There's one more thing that a lot of home haunters use, but not everybody. So if you're going to get this for somebody, make sure it's something they're going to use and make sure they have the space to put them. But you can get them for free. That's wood pallets. Anyone who does a walkthrough haunt or is making set pieces, they're probably using wooden pallets. So if you have a truck and you've got someone someone that's a home haunter like me that's got a bunch of space that they can store these things, what better Christmas gift than to show up with your truck and unload 10 pallets and say, here you go, Merry Christmas. I would love that. I think that's a great gift. And it's free. Again, make sure they're going to use it. Make sure they have the space to store it. But other than that, wooden pallets, awesome gift idea. And then I know I already touched upon it with Froggy's Fog because I wanted to talk about the fog machines, but there's a lot of other gift cards you can get as well. In the haunt space, Fright Props, they have great products. A little bit on the more expensive side, but you can kind of get anything you want there. They've got pneumatic stuff, they've got servo stuff, they've got fully made props, they've got pneumatic set pieces. Like, if there's something you want to make, they probably have it. So any gift card to Fright Props is going to be super helpful for a home haunter. They're awesome. Other gift cards though, Lowe's, Home Depot. Not only do they have tools that we need to make the haunts, they're actually coming out with some pretty awesome animatronics that people can purchase. So if you pick up a Home Depot gift card, they might end up getting an awesome Frankenstein monster like this. Or they might end up getting the tools they need to put the pallets together that you gave them for free. So gift cards, Home Depots, Lowe's, Fright Props, Foggy's Frog, Spirit Halloween, right? People that are Spirit fans, you can always get lighting there if you don't want the animatronics. They have other stuff. Spirit Halloween, another great place to get a gift card. And there's lots of other places too. Those are just a few off the top of my head, but you can never go wrong with a good gift card for a home haunter because stuff's expensive and we need all the help we can get. So that's it, everybody. That's all I'm going to get into today. There's lots of other things. You could get into different props and masks and fake blood and this and that. I kind of got into some of the cool, fun tools that I'd use in my home haunt. But if you're watching this and you have a great idea, put it in the comments down below. And then make sure you all check out the comments to see if there's other gift ideas that I didn't think of, because there's a lot of stuff out there. And let's face it, everyone has different ideas of what they need for a home haunt. So make sure you check out the comments, see what other ideas people have. And that's it, everybody. Thank you for watching. I hope you're having a very Merry Christmas season. But even during Christmas season, we can't forget about the best holiday, which is Halloween. So that's it, everybody. Thank you for watching. I am Scared Ed. Spooky season's coming. I know people think, oh, we got to wait till we get past Christmas, but really, now is the time to be planning, because once you get to the new year, you got to start building stuff. So, spooky season's coming. Use Christmas to go get ready. But if I make it Halloween for this Christmas, how do I know you're not going to ask for the same thing again next Christmas? Oh my God. Oh my God. That's a great idea, Santa. Oh, you're awesome. I love you. It's going to be Halloween every Christmas.